Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. And on hashtag Thought Thursday, Inspiration is Rising Live. We've got David Beta in the house. Tell us a little bit about your event, Inspiration Rising.
Yes, so first of all, Inspiration Rising is a podcast, and it's dedicated to inspiring women and the men who support them to rise up in their life, love, and leadership. So we put out 2 episodes a week that generally focus on female experts or leaders who share their wisdom and their inspiration. And then a second episode a week, I do some teaching on the topic. And so what we're wanting to do is create a live event where our listeners can come together and experience the wisdom of 5 female leaders. And so Dr. Bita Yedidi is one of our guests on that night. It's Thursday, September 12th, 6:30 to 9 o'clock in Orange County, California. People can find information at insporising.com/live. And it's just going to be a night of inspiration and encouragement.
Love that. So what are some of the themes that might be covered that night?
Well, one is we've got a professional ceramicist. Her name is Andrea Luna Reese, and she's in about 100 boutiques around the nation. And part of the swag bag is you're getting a custom rainbow that she's created just for the event. So we're excited for people to be able to get that. So she's going to be able to talk about creativity as part of self-care. So how do you use creativity integrated in your daily life in order to care for yourself? We also have Stacey Robbins. She's an award-winning author of a book called An Unconventional Life. And so she talks all about how she lives a very unconventional life. Dr. Bita and I were just discussing that Stacey has gone 4 years without having electricity in her home as a family.
Wow.
They have electricity for their refrigerator and the Wi-Fi, right? And she has teenage boys, and they've experienced this as a way to live an unconventional life. And she is, she's kind of normal. Like, she is. But she's an incredible coach. She's going to be talking about that. And several other speakers as well. But Dr. Bita Yedidi is going to be there talking about mastering your health and what that takes.
I'd love for you to tell us about it.
Absolutely. It's called Balance Your Health, Master Your Life. And it really got inspired by understanding how conventional medicine is really not working anymore for health and wellness. And it's an integration of mind, body, and spirit. And if you really look at the physical health, mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, and relationship health, and if you're able to really target those 5 areas in your life in a balanced, deep way, you're able to master your life. So this program is really looking at mind, body, spirit through Eastern medicine, through science, and through wisdom.
I love that.
And now community coming together.
Yes.
Yeah. Dr. Bita was actually on the podcast probably about 20 episodes ago, and she was talking about how silence helped heal her trauma. She had a big trauma on her wrist. So people can go on the podcast and listen to that, of course.
Yeah, so one of the areas, mental, emotional healing, is looking at trauma. And there's so many different ways of trauma: physical, emotional, mental. So I had a physical trauma back in almost a year ago. And within about a month and a half of acupuncture, physical therapy, Chinese herbs, meditation, I was not doing well still. And then we went into Western medicine. I said, okay, let me integrate both worlds. I did the oral steroids, which I don't even take, like Tylenol. I don't take Robitussin, none of that for over 10 years. But I dove right into it because I was in so much pain. I said, let's do it. Still didn't get better. Then I went to the pain management doctor, and he said, we got to give you nerve blocks. And I'm like, wait, time out here. I really treat my patients in a different way. What's going on? What am I missing? And one of the things I realized was there was an emotional attachment to the trauma. And I wasn't ready yet to connect the 2 worlds. So I decided, with a severe injury, I got to take a severe action. And that's when the calling was, let's do a 10-day silent meditation retreat.
Totally agree.
Wow.
It's amazing. Miracles.
Love that.
And within 2 days, you healed. And, we're looking at stress, we're looking at inflammation, we're looking at spirit. All areas have to be integrated to really get to a place of wholeness, meaning, and wellness long term.
I'm so inspired by your message. Please remind everyone where they can get tickets and come experience the event.
Yeah, so you can experience the podcast Inspiration Rising. It's on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all the podcast apps. And for the actual event, you can get tickets at insporising.com/live.
One final question on this hashtag Thought Thursday. What is one way you can really be sure you're setting your mind right?
Setting my mind right. Well, one of the biggest challenges that I have, and I want to hear from you too, is that I am prone, I think like a lot of us, to believe lies about ourselves. So lies whether I'm not good enough, I'm not worth anything, I'm not lovable, I'm not liked by people. And so one of the things that I teach in our Launch Your Life online coaching course is that you've got to identify those lies as opposed to them being just a nebulous negative vibe that's going on in your mind. Identify the lie with clarity, and then you can apply the truth that will overtake that lie. And so for me, that's a daily practice of replacing the lie with truth. And if I'm doing that, then I'm keeping my head in the game and staying focused.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. It's a mental exercise. You know, we don't go to school learning that kind of exercise, so it's a daily practice. I would just add two things that I love to start the day and night. One is gratitude in the evening, and in the morning, gratitude and setting your intention. How do you want to show up in this world today? What are you going to do? And not looking for perfection, but really looking for progress and meaning. And by starting that and then applying what David's saying, the two together is quite profound.
And I'm
Thank
thankful
you.
to be with you guys.
Thanks.
Yes,
Yep.
we're thankful for you. We are Good Morning LaLa, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. All of today's interviews are available as a podcast on iTunes, and the whole show is streaming at EverTalk TV and Apple TV.
That's right. We're waking up the world together. You guys have a beautiful Thought Thursday. Like, subscribe, comment, all the above. Have a great day.
It's going to be a Good Morning LaLa land.